Hey, glad you can make it, because today we are playing Minecraft and watching Barlock build and talking about things. Hi, Barlock.
Yay! Hi.
How are you today? Oh, I forgot to turn my air conditioner off.
I'm wondering.
I just had all kinds of technical difficulties this morning.
Yeah, it was a tech day.
Yeah, it was a tech day. So what are we working on today?
The graveyard.
The graveyard. It is October. No, it's not. September.
It's
Where's my
September.
brain at?
I don't know, but it's in Halloween.
Nah, well, that could be partially subconscious because I'm supposed to be getting a thing in the mail at some point that I'm supposed to do like an unboxing video of. That is Halloween decorations.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's they're sending me a projector to go with. Basically, it's a set of videos, but if you like project them onto like a white material, a very thin white material that's over the windows, people can see it that way, or you can play it on your TV, which is not as immersive. Or they've even got like an inflatable dummy thing that you can project it onto to make it
Oh,
look
wow.
like an actual character is like talking to you and stuff.
Wow, that sounds cool. That sounds like Disneylandish.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna say what it is until I actually get the product so I can like show it off and stuff. But
Yeah, no clues.
no spoilers. But it's pretty cool. And so I partially got October on the brain, and I guess the other reason is, like I was talking to you earlier, is the daughter left and she won't have a long weekend. Well, got to visit the daughter over the weekend because it was a long weekend. So we got to go pick her up and then take her back to college. And her next long weekend is not until the end of October. So my brain's probably just already there going, come on, hurry up.
Yeah. Miss the youngins when they're gone.
Yeah. Maybe Hellspawn, but they're entertaining Hellspawn. No, not really. So this one's probably going to be kind of a short build, huh?
Yep, somewhat. I just got to figure out where the path was going to go, so I don't place gravestones on it.
Yeah, that door's not directly in the center. Just FYI.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Your OCD kicked in, right?
No, not necessarily. I just didn't know if you wanted it in the center. But you can't do a center one for 3 wide, which is guess is what you're going for.
Nope. So that'll have to come off.
Okay. Because it doesn't bother me. I mean, yeah, that I've got some OCD about things like that, but I'm also been doing the whole, what's it called? Resist symmetry thing. So
Resist symmetry.
resist symmetry whenever you're like trying to design something.
Oh, I was thinking cemetery. I was going to say, why are you resisting the cemetery?
No, resisting symmetry. Making one side look just like the other side. Resist.
Well, they teach an architect place that the humans think they like symmetry, but they really don't. But I haven't proven that factual or not.
Yep, that's what I've always been told too, and it's like, yeah, I sit there and I look at things and I'm like, but I want some symmetry. But then I realize that, yeah, it's actually kind of boring. Symmetry can be boring. But when we're doing things like playing video games, it's just a whole lot easier to try and be symmetrical.
Yep, and then there's people like me that like symmetry and don't think it looks ugly or off.
Right, which is why I asked you if the door was right. Sorry.
Oops.
That was a hiccup and a half. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to take a sip of a drink. And try and clear my throat. There we go. I think. No, it's probably going to come back, but that's okay. Did you have some of these already planned?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just carving tombstones.
Hello, train. No, it's okay.
That's the shipment train, so can't do nothing about it.
I'm not used to hearing them on your side, so.
Well, there's stuff going on here today, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got a friend who he got his house really, really cheap out here in Maysville, but that's because if he took 3 steps from his door, he'd be on the railroad track.
Quite noisy.
Yep. Anytime he's watching TV and the train's going by, it's like, all right, gotta pause. Because you can't hear anything. Interesting materials. Fancy. But you're getting better with chisel and bits, huh?
Been practicing if you saw Vagram stream.
No, I haven't. I have a hard time keeping up with every video that I want to watch. And I tend not to watch stream archives because stream archives are not as fun. I mean, I do some every once in a while, but normally, again, I keep mine down to an hour. But even then, I know people probably don't watch them as much, and I know they don't because, I have statistics on my videos. And I know that the reason why I don't watch stream archives very much is because it's hard to interact. You're watching everybody else interact with them because of the chat that's normally available on screen or just them talking to them. And you're like, I wish I could do that, but I can't because it's already happened. So if I can't be there for the actual stream, it's hard for me to go back and watch the archives.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But if you send me a link to the archives in question, I will try and watch it so I can see your part in it at least.
All right, I'll link that to you later.
That's fine. Wow, you're just getting all kinds of fancy in here. I thought this was going to be a short build, but now that you're doing this, it's not as short anymore.
Well, it's still going to be a short build, but not as short probably as you thought.
And no, it's fine. I'm not complaining at all.
Didn't say you were.
I'm just going to shut up now.
So Mike, as a train's going by.
Yeah, I heard that. Hi, train. What's up, train? How you doing? I'm going to go clear my throat again. Be right back.
Okay.
You can tell I haven't been up very much because everything is still in my throat. It needs to go away. That happens more often. Like, sometimes I'll wake up and and I'll need to take the CPAP machine off because the mask has built up fluids overnight. And I still want to go back to sleep, so I just don't put it back on. And that's when I tend to wake up with stuff in my throat.
Yep. Gotta leave that thing on, dude.
I know. And I normally do. Just this morning, I didn't have it on for like maybe the last 3 hours of sleep. I made sure to leave it on enough that insurance will continue to cover it, though.
Well good.
They won't cover it if I don't have it on at least 4 hours a night.
Mine stays on. Otherwise, I might not wake up.
Yeah, I understand. I getting closer to that point, so I'm going to have to start keeping it on more often.
Yeah, it's good for your health, dude.
I like the fence you made. Steel fence with a stone brick wall. It
matches the church.
Matches the church, and it looks like a graveyard. Now, again, this is one of those builds that we're doing in this town where it should be rather obvious what it is whenever you walk up to it.
Yep.
If you don't understand what this is, then you've never seen a cemetery in your life. Sometimes I use these videos as kind of news videos, because I haven't done a vlog in forever, but most of the time I end up saying everything in these videos, so I just don't bother.
Well, you can say whatever you like.
I know, it's my video. So, yeah.
I just work for you.
You don't get paid, so I wouldn't consider it working for me.
I didn't get paid very much by the military either, but I worked for them.
Well, what I was going to say is, to everybody who hasn't noticed yet, there's a new series on the channel, Terraria, which I am playing together with Purple Mentat, Finvara, and Phoenix. But it's also open to basically the Zealots from Purple Mentat and the Royals from Soprania.
The Zealots?
Yeah, we switched from minions to Zealots because he wanted to call everybody that just showed up, in his community a minion. He liked that name.
So, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. You're just pronouncing it differently than what I'm
Zealots?
There we go.
There we go. I'm probably just pronouncing it wrong. It happens.
I don't know. You could be pronouncing it right, and I just know it wrong.
No, because I've heard it pronounced zealots also. So I don't know if it might be one of those words that has multiple pronunciations too.
Yep, it could be.
But it looks like zealots.
Yeah, we're just both not majors in languages, right?
I'm not a well, I
language major, I think is what it's called.
But I do have a Bachelor of Arts in English. And a Master of Arts in teaching English.
Yes, but do you have a master's in roots of language and basic languages like Latin and Greek?
No.
Okay, so then we don't know how it's pronounced unless you know Latin and Greek, because that's where most words came from.
Now there's Google, so I just look it up, and normally there's some site that will tell me the pronunciation of the word.
Huh. I wonder, we'll have to do that later and see which one of us was right, wrong, or in between.
Yeah. But yes, we like, Me, I am now the chief zealot instead of the chief minion.
You know, some zealots are fanatical. Are you fanatical?
I don't know yet. But Purple Mentat enjoyed the idea of just, saying welcome to the Mentat minions whenever people show up in the stream and stuff. So, and
okay.
and I understood that because it rolls off the tongue, et cetera, et cetera. It's Mentat's minions, yay, yeah. So we got bumped up in, I guess vocabulary terms. So we went from minions to zealots.
Excellent.
So the Terraria series is open up to the zealots and the royals. So they can show up while we were recording that and even come on the server and hang out and fight things and things like that. The server is large enough to handle that many people, just in case. Well, maybe not that many people, but it can handle like 8 people at the moment, but I didn't think there would be much more than like 4 extras playing with us at any time anyway. Oh, and for those of you who are listening and going, I want to join, what does it take to become a royal or a zealot? I will tell you right now that the quickest way to not become a royal or a zealot is to ask how. Isn't that right?
Yep. And another thing, be prepared to work if you're going to be a minion, zealot, whatever it is now.
I don't think we work y'all very hard anymore.
Nah, we used to work hard. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
There's been more work done. And now you help me on this series. Well, basically, you do the series. I just watch.
Yeah, but it was your idea.
And then I do stuff with Phoenix.
Yep.
I consider you two some of my bestest internet friends.
Thank you.
Phoenix and Barlock. And Purple Mentat. This is a nice looking mausoleum.
Yeah, I wanted a tiny one. They don't look as good as the big ones, but...
Right, but with the chisels and bits and just the little touches you put on it, it looks good. I like it.
Thank you.
Fits well with this graveyard. Y'all probably heard me take my drink that time.
I heard a click is all.
Yeah, that would be the thick plastic straw that's part of my cup. I use one of those Aladdin brand mason jar looking cups. It's like double insulated and stuff, so that way it's everything stays nice and cold and doesn't freeze my hand off. And it has a handle and what looks like a mason jar lid but isn't actually a mason jar lid, and then a spot for a straw that came with it. Although the straw that came with it is long gone. I stole this one from another cup. When Vanilla added these paths, it was actually really cool, but I swore it was a mod for I don't know how long.
It was. I think everything that gentleman does eventually comes into vanilla. I guess he might know Jeb or somebody.
Who was it that was it Vasky that added the paths?
I'm pretty sure. I just didn't want to mention names in case I was wrong.
Well, as soon as you mentioned that, that's the first modder that came to my head. So, because Vasky is the one that does a lot of stuff that should be in vanilla. That's what Quark is.
Yes, I like it.
No, that's like the whole point behind Quark. All the things that Vasky believes should be in vanilla. Or that vanilla should be capable of,
Yes, logical things too. He adds logical things. That's like, oh yeah, that should be Minecraft. That's cool.
Right. And that it fits the overall aesthetic and just concepts that Minecraft has.
Yes.
Because a lot of these mods, like Botania, even though Botania is one of Vasky's, is not meant to be vanilla. I mean, although it was made in such a way that that it could be really close to vanilla. So
when I go back to vanilla, because I have my world in vanilla, and every time there's an update, I go back and see what's changed and add things and stuff. It's like, where is this? And then I go, no, that's not vanilla. That's Vasky.
Right.
It's like, I hope it gets to vanilla.
Well, what you also got to realize is some of the things that Vasky does that are in Quark are actually things that are in, like, let's say we're playing modded 1.10, which I think we are. Let's say a new block shows up in 1.12, Vasky will add that block to the 1.10 Quark, so that way people can experience it in modded Minecraft before we make it to the 1.12 modded Minecraft.
Yeah, so that's what gets me confused too. It's like, wait, is this modded or is this vanilla?
Right, and that's the reason why I'm saying that, because some of the things that you think are Vasky adding new stuff that becomes vanilla is actually just Vasky adding things that are already vanilla, just in later versions. Vasky likes giving us the stuff that isn't available yet because of what version of Minecraft all the modders are currently using. But of course, everybody's just about caught up. Everything's starting to head to 1.12. So
yeah, and maybe they'll stop for a while.
I don't think so, because 1.13 is already on its way. So,
because if they keep going at the rate they are, the modders are going to pull their hair out.
Well, some modders like just moving ahead, and what they do is they stop supporting the older versions, which can lead to some problems for modpack developers. That can become an issue because sometimes you rely on the fact that the mods are getting their bugs broken or bugs fixed and stuff like that, and then when the developer suddenly says, well, I'm no longer doing 1.10, I'm now working on 1.12, so therefore I will not be putting out any bug fixes for the 1.10 version of this mod. And it's like, oh. But. And of course, since all the versions keep going by so fast, it makes it kind of a pain sometimes. So you're making little mounds, huh?
Oh, on that one. That one's fresh.
Okay.
I keep forgetting I don't have a grid inside my character. So I have to go over to the craft bench.
Did you look at that mod pack by 99 blocks that I linked to you in Discord?
I got a brief look at it, but did not actually go look at it because it was almost time for this.
That's fine. You should go check out his video. I don't know if you're subscribed to him, but it's 99 Blocks on YouTube. He put out a video talking about that particular mod pack. It's called Grand Designs, and it's named after a really good British show. I watched Grand Designs. So it's a pretty cool architectural show about architecture. But the mod pack actually seems to have almost all the mods that we have in this pack. Yet it's built for creative building. So it has a lot more stuff in it that is made specifically for creative building to make everything easier.
Oh, nice. I will go check it out as soon as I'm done here.
Like, one of the neat features is, instead of, like, if you don't feel like making the buildings themselves, he's put in a lot of mods that have like some prefab buildings. So then you can just kind of like create your own town. But because he's done that, he also put in mine colonies, but he set it up on creative mode, meaning that the colonists will not ask you for materials; they will just build.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's fun to I just want to create the colony and lay it out nicely and make a really nice looking town and that kind of thing. So then you don't have to focus on the buildings themselves. You focus on, at that point it becomes a little more like SimCity instead of, The Sims. You're not worried about.
Okay, cool.
You're not worried about each specific building. You're worried about just creating the town itself. But you can do anything you want. It is a creative build, so it would probably work quite well for this. So I have considered downloading this world and testing it in that pack to see what we would lose. Or if we would lose anything. If we didn't lose anything, then that might actually be a decent pack to use instead of the one we're currently using.
Yep, and if we lost something that is not that important, I can always come back in and fix it.
Right, but I don't even think we would lose anything. And I think it's got Quark. It's got Immersive Engineering, because Immersive Engineering is pretty. It's got Ender.io, which we have. It's got Botania, which we have. So it's got a lot of the major mods that we have in this pack. But then it's got all the extra tools for doing things in creative easier. So it's even got World Edit.
Ooh, that's the one I like.
So it also has the GUI add-on for World Edit, so you can actually see the selections you made.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you can take your wooden axe and make your selection and actually see it in the world before you do any commands.
That's nice.
Yep.
I like it.
So it might be something to look at. I'm thinking about looking at that this week instead of working on the other project. Because if it's already made and it's made well, might as well.
Yeah, that'll save you some time. And if we, like I said, most of the blocks I've used are vanilla blocks. So if there's just a few blocks we lose, I can go back and fix the buildings. So That's no problem.
I mean, I'd have to do the same thing that I did whenever we moved this from like the other spot. So this area, or this region, would be the way it is, while everything else would be using a normal world generation. But that's okay. With World Edit, we can actually fix some of the edges of this place even better.
Yep.
So something to look into. And 99 Blocks is the originator of the Simpletons, which I did join recently.
Yes.
So playing his pack would probably be a good idea.
Yep, that would be interesting.
He's a good pack creator. I like it. And I liked what he did with that one. So, yeah, we might have to switch over to that. He's working on some fancier mod packs, but he wanted to get another one out. And the creative one was a little bit easier to do than one of the ones he's planning on doing. He's doing one called... It's an alchemy-based one, and I can't remember the details of it. He explained it in one of his videos, but it sounded amazing. And that's the one that, like, out of the 5 or 6 ideas he had, it's the one everybody voted for him to work on. And it's the toughest one of all of them. So...
Cool.
You are making a sign.
Yep.
I really like the graveyard, though. Looks good.
Thank you.
Nice mixture of headstones, flowers, whether they're fresh or not, and then the mausoleum. Too bad we don't have witchery in here, huh?
Yeah, then we could have some really fancy stuff in here.
Yeah, we could throw coffins in there.
Yep.
Since they're part of it for the vampires. Of course, witchery is not available for 1.10.
Nope.
Even if started working on something else, and because of the constant shift in Minecraft versions, I think he just decided to, take a break for a while. Graves.
Yeah, somebody's pushing me.
My fault, sorry.
It's okay. It's like, why am I moving? My finger is not on the move button.
Because in 1.10 we can push each other, see?
Okay, so he's... blame Saph on the mess-ups. Because I'm not going to undo them.
Did you actually mess up?
Yes.
Oops. Sorry. I don't see a mess up. Where's the mess up? I might be blind.
Well, once I get this white behind it, you'll see it.
Okay.
But that's all right. It'll give everybody something to laugh at.
It's all my fault. Sorry.
It's okay. We can definitely say this build is Saph's.
But it's not. It's yours. I've done nothing but watch you do it. So
Yep.
This is your build.
You added to the aesthetics by bumping me.
I'm not gonna live it down, am I?
It's all right. It's funny.
No, I still don't see the problem.
The S is too long.
Well. Oh, okay. See, you just changed the G a little bit, then it looks like it's doing a
Yeah, that's what
a curve thing.
Fix it. Yep, I gotta fix it.
So I thought that
but
was
I need to
fine.
finish building the rest of the sign first, so.
Well, you might have to keep track of time, because don't you have a thing to go to?
Yep, but I want to get this done, so.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm almost done.
I was just letting you know, just in case you didn't notice.
Well, my alarm would have went off, so.
Oh, okay. Then I'll shut up.
All right, I'll fix the rest of that later, but that will be done.
Cool. It looks good.
And that'll be the name of the funeral home.
Graves?
Yep.
We're going to have a funeral home?
Of course.
Did you
How
read?
do you think the people get from their homes to the graveyard?
Right, understood. Did you read a comment on the last video?
The one you posted?
Not the comment I posted. Last video I posted. There was somebody made a post about the three more things that they said that medieval village has to have.
Yeah, you reposted that, and I read it, yes.
I didn't post that comment.
Hold on.
Or maybe I did.
It says, at Barlock, in case you missed it, loving the builds town. You did post it, right? Because it says it's from you.
I forgot that I threw that in Discord.
I was going to say, am I imagining things?
You made me sound like I was the one that actually wrote the comment, and I'm like,
no, I said you posted it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say you wrote it.
In the Discord, I did post a screenshot of it so you could see that we actually got a comment on the last one. That's what it was. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Yes, looks good. Good job.
Yep, I'll fix the sign later.
This village is coming along nicely. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode. So thanks in advance for the thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. I've been Saph.
I've been Barlock. And you've been entombed.